do, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Tanya, head ankle. So we are live. How you doing, Libra? Figured this week I would go against my own schedule and try to go live every day this week. How are you doing, sweetheart? Today just feels like one of those comfortable lounge kind of days, don't it? Hey, Deetra. Or Pike, I mean, Deetra. I love giving you guys names. Hey, Princess. Not too bad. It's just kind of been one of those days where I got my house in order, cooked, cleaned, did all that mom shit. Got the hubby ready for work. That kind of day. Slowly. Hey, Blossom. Hey, hot girl. How you doing, baby? Let's see what we got going on in Libra's life. Libra, it looks like you're going through a little bit of a tough patch. But currently, right now, you're getting some guidance. Just know during this week, there's not going to be a whole lot of being able to manifest things in your life. So just kind of relax and take it easy. Blossom, my dear, you can ask. I do charge. All my payment information and all that other jazz is down below. It's weird. Let's see. Sanch. What do we got for you today, my dear? Hey, Haley. How you doing, honey? So here's the deal. I give everybody a general reading unless they ask a question. So if you come in, you don't have to tell me general reading. But if you want to ask a question, that's the only time I say, hey, look down below. So, Sanch, my dear, it looks like we've got a separation going on where two become one is in reverse. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship. But it does seem like it's going to take you to a spot in your life where you're going to have to embrace some of the darker things. Just because I got the embrace the darkness. So it may not be permanent. It may be that they're going through some things. So just kind of take it with ease, baby. Pike, 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 Pike. I'm doing good. Feel a little low energy, but other than that, not too bad. Pike, my dear. Protect the wild and green in reverse. Seek the information within in reverse. And nature all you love. So, this is the one where you're currently at. Seek the answers within. You got some answers to be found outside of yourself. And the way it's going to come isn't going to be easy. It does seem like you're going to get some information for someone else that is going to bring you a little bit of discomfort. Because whoever this individual that tells you this, it's going to be about somebody else. And it does look like it's someone you're close to that kind of hurts you. So please be careful, my dear. And just kind of take it with like a grain of salt. Princess. Let's see what we got going on for Princess this week. Okay, Princess. We got anger and chains in reverse. That means you're finally letting go of things and it's no longer holding you back and hiding your true self. So even though you're not letting the anger hold you back, it feels like whatever the situation was, they attacked you personally. And it made you feel like, well, I can't be my real self around anybody. If people make you feel that way, then they're not meant to be around you. You know what I mean? Like, people will come and go. If they don't like your vibe, go find your own tribe. You know what I mean? Blossom, my dear. Hey, Jessica, baby. By the way, happy belated birthday. I got to see your email. I just didn't get to message you. Blossom, blossom, blossom. Blossom, addicted and obsession. Followed by calling the storm. Normally when I see addicted and obsession, that means there's somebody that's caught our eye that we can't get rid of. But the calling the storm to me tells me it's not going the way that we want it with this individual. Just realize time is precious. You can't give all your time to one person unless they're willing to do the same for you. Hey, hi, girl Vic. By the way, I'm done with that. Thank you. Let's see what else we got for hot girl Vic. Oh, that was a half a deck. You got a lot of negativity that you're holding on to. You need to release a lot more than what you have. The reason I say that is just because of the other cards that were surrounding it. Anything that makes you question yourself is either reflection or deflection. If you don't feel personally like what someone is calling out on you that has planted this seed is true, then you shouldn't give it the power to manifest. Oh, let's see who else we got. White. Haley White. What do I got for Haley White? You're very welcome, sweetheart. Hopefully you had a good time on your birthday. Haley, you need to start working with your third house, baby. Third house is where we get new inspirations, new ideas to come forth into our lives. And it's close to the moon, so it's going to be something that you're passionate about. So whatever you've been putting on the back burner for a while, you need to start implementing it and putting it into action. Time for Jessica. By the way, for anybody who's in here, if you would hit that like button if you haven't. It does help, and I do appreciate it. Let's see. Ooh. Pluto and Uranus. Yes. Followed by Capricorn. Saturn, dealing with work and money. Neptune, breaking the cycle. So currently right now, Jessica, we know that you're being blocked from a distance. And it's being confirmed with Pluto in the blocking position. Who reached me after my ex-best friend. Ain't that fucking hilarious? That could be why you're stopping dead in your tracks, which explains the Capricorn in reverse. Just remember, don't let yourself get caught up in those old emotions. Because you got Neptune in reverse, which means things dragging themselves back up. Doesn't mean change can't happen, but don't go all willy-nilly, you know what I mean? Hey, Duncan. Hey, SK. Let's see. Princess, if I gave you one, yeah, I can't remember if I did or not, baby. And SK, yes, you may, baby. If you would do me a favor, though, will you hit that like button to help out? SK, we got a need for growth in our life coming in the matters of love to bring into our home. The reason I say that is because I got the 6th house, Venus, and the 10th house. Venus is what I'm wanting to show you. So when I got Venus with the 6th house and the 10th house, that means that we either got an abundance of love coming in or that we're trying to bring an abundance of love coming in. Or my third option, which is my favorite, finding someone who brings the love out in you and making yourself whole within your home. The only one that's a little bit out there is the Virgo. So it seems like we're not taking the back seat to our life anymore. Because Virgos are kind of, when a Virgo pops up to me, that seems like we're being nonchalant. We're not really caring. But now we're showing that we're caring. Hey, baby, you're the only reason I went live today. Because I knew you weren't feeling good. I am Virgo. Well, that goes in with it too. Going against one natures then if you're a Virgo, baby. All right, Duncan, how you doing? Let's see what I got going for you, baby. Ooh, we got Mercury, Pluto in reverse. So we're having conflict with somebody who's close to us and emotions are high. Don't know where the conflict is or when it's going to start, but it is there. Hopefully you can get past it. We all go through our moody things. Oh, you the best. I try to be. As soon as I got on here, it sounds like I can't barely even talk. Oh, who is your reading me? Probably. I just kind of go down the line. My phone keeps freezing. I hate that. I know my electronics have been weird. Hey, 797. I charge for questions, baby. But you do get a general for coming in. If you subscribe, you get one every time. I made 2 new friends. Well, hell yeah, baby. Duncan, we already did you. 797. So you are in the 11th house. So this is the calm before the storm, so to speak. And it seems like tension's high. Just remember that once we get to that 12th house, the real healing can begin. But now we're just kind of in the midst of the storm. So just kind of take it easy. Stand your ground. And try not to get caught up in the storm. And then my cookie of doom. You can be added. By the way, for anybody coming in, thank you for subscribing and liking. I appreciate it. What I do is I go down the list from when people come in. And if you do ask, hey, can I get a reading? Or, hey, I sent a donation for like questions and stuff like that. Then we kind of get off of that list a little bit. You're very welcome, guys. All right. Let's see what cookie of doom. All right, Cookie, you're in your last house. We're in the 12th house, which is where we're trying to let the healing begin. But we got to remember, healing is a physical, mind, and spiritual thing. It all accompanies oneself at once. But it does feel like you're cutting yourself off from your emotions a little bit just because I got the Capricorn in reverse, which means you're either stopping your emotions or you're taking time to acknowledge your emotions. And you got Pisces. So it's all about emotion for you. And then we got the 2nd house, which deals with money. So whatever that is coming up, baby, just evaluate it. Don't dread on something too long and just kind of put it in a category. There's things in life you can change. There's things in life you can't. And you got to ask yourself, are you going to keep on trying to push through a wall? Or are you just going to let yourself enjoy the ride until you can't no more? Michael, my dear, let's see what I got. They're both powerful spirits, and I love them already. Oh. So we got some new opportunity. And we got the 7th house, which deals with love. So Sun, followed by the 7th house, which deals with love. So that just tells me that you got love came into your life. And it's going to seem a little bit too magical. Just remember to keep yourself grounded. Sometimes when new love starts to form, we kind of lose ourselves a little bit. I'm trying to make sure I didn't skip anybody. Goddess, how are you? Virgo is next, then it's Goddess. I mean, it's possible. Could be one's forming in one different werewolf and Venus spirit. This is more of a materialistic kind of thing. Like an on this plane type of level. As in physical body. So you have someone around you that you are. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm running out of things. Alrighty. So Virgo, let's see where we're at. Alright, so you've got some distancing that you're doing. And the reason I say that is because I got Pluto in reverse. Or we're bringing things in closer, my bad. We're bringing in things closer. The reason that is because when Pluto's this way, it's further away. When it's this way, we're bringing it in. So South Node is like your passion. What you want in life. And like, let's say if I love to draw, right? And I focus my life on drawing, I would be following my South Node. Because that's what I want to do versus the North Node of divine intervention. You know what I mean? So you're moving closer to what you're actually wanting to do. And you're expanding your outreach because we got Cancer following right behind it. So just keep on going. It's not bad. All right. We got Goddess and then we got Deep. Let's see what we got for Goddess. Goddess, we got Moon, Creativity, and Pisces. So it looks like to me that you are channeling your emotions and putting it into a labor of love, as I would call it. And trying to find a balance. Try to find a balance, baby. Even Libras have trouble with balance. Deep, my dear. Let's see what we got going for you. Do. If you go back, my dear, you'll see the, did I not do you? Felt like I did. But maybe I didn't. Labor of love, so I didn't. Okay, let me see. Deep. Deep, you are stuck. You're not giving yourself enough time for yourself. I say that because we got the 5th house in reverse, which to me is another creative card. But it's also, you know, finding enjoyment. And it just kind of feels like you're stagnant. The reason I say that is because I got Capricorn in reverse. That means that we're not moving anywhere. We're not progressing. And it seems that you're trying to gain more of something. But it's not really working in your favor. If you give it couple days or so, you'll start to feel a change and see things kind of going in a better direction. You just got to remember to keep your mindset in that direction as well. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Pick your battles. Exactly. Acknowledge that. All right. I think I caught everybody. Hopefully. But, you know, there's always that one odd chance I didn't. So weird. I keep looking at my kitchen. I keep on seeing steam, but I know that there's no steam there. So weird. It has definitely been an odd day. It's rainy here. So it's kind of making everything seem like, meh. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm like, meh. Moist. You're not even right. Mm-mm-mm. Horrible. Give me 1 second. Mm-mm. It's not raining here, just cold. I don't mind the rain because it's helping the garden, which I was supposed to do like a garden tour update this week. And I had it planned to upload on Monday, but it never happened. You go downstairs and switch the clothes from the washer to the dryer. And then when they get done, we'll bring them up here and I'll fold them. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Moon, honey. Give me 1 second. I think you did it on PayPal. My daughter was kind and bought me candy. All right, baby. What's your 2 questions? But yeah, I will tell you guys this. From the last garden tour that we did, it's like crazy huge now. I've been working on mediumship. May I have a reading on that, please? Sure. You got loved ones coming through. The reason I say that is because I got the 7th house and the 9th house, which could mean that you're either getting messages from loved ones or you're traveling to see loved ones, which could either be by dreams, astral travel, that kind of thing. But that's what I got so far. Okay. You're second guessing yourself a lot. I say that because we got Gemini. And it's in a negative light. Then we got Mars, which is trying to take your scientific part of your brain and your spiritual part of the brain and coming up with a happy medium. Yes. No, I'm good. Okay, enjoy your chocolate. I'm enjoying my Snickers. So there's that. And then, as I was telling you earlier, we have the 7th house and the 9th house, which deals with either traveling and receiving messages from past loved ones. I've been trying to move my ego to the side and let messages come through, right? So I'm going to ask a question just so I can clarify this reading a little bit for myself. Did you have like a friend that passed away? Or was there friends that you let go? The reason I asked that is because I got the 5 of Wands in reverse, which is followed by the 10 of Wands, which in my eyes is a loss of a friend, but not allowing them to be let go. Seems they were lighthearted. Protective, but lighthearted. And the only reason I say that is because I got the King of Swords in reverse. Not to mention, we got the Death card. We got the Death card and the Tower. But the Tower's in reverse. So there was nothing physically you could do to stop this. But I feel like that's part of your reason why you're kind of trying to get into your mediumship. But which would explain the 7th house and the 9th for traveling. Sorry if I get into things that may seem to cross a boundary when you're getting a reading. But it is things that comes up and I can't ignore it. Or I'm just going to be lying to you, you know what I mean? So we've got King of Pentacles, Strength, the Hermit, and Walking Away. This tells me there's things that you have seen that are making you question what you know. When you start working in mediumship, no matter if you're talking to the dead or whatever entity spirit comes through, you're going to see a lot of things, hear a lot of things, and have a lot of things happen that aren't going to necessarily make a whole lot of sense. And that's kind of where you get your confusion of reality versus freaking yourself the fuck out. This is what I do when it comes to me seeing things or hearing things. I always go by either a rule of 2 or a rule of 3. So if I see something that looks the same every single time, that I'm either in a certain location or around a certain person, that's just confirmation for me every single time. But if, like, let's say you see something out of the corner of your eye, right? But you never see it again your whole life, then I wouldn't even worry about it. Because when you start opening yourself up and you start going into that, you're going to see things that most people don't notice or acknowledge in their actual life. So you're going to have to separate your scientific world from your spiritual world just a little bit. There's always a middle ground, but you've also got to take you got to be like the devil's advocate for each side. You know what I mean? I feel the cool air spirit, know how they're there. You also got to make sure that when if you're going by like you said, cold sensations, you always want to make sure to check and make sure there's no draft around that time, things like that. And that's another thing, like that's where kind of science and spirituality kind of meet, is being able to use your scientific methods to get rid of the probable cause of things, kind of like what you see in ghost shows pretty much. The last thing that I want you to know is we got the King of Pentacles. So mediumship wouldn't be a hard thing for you just because it's a bloodline thing. So when we have bloodlines who have people like, I think everybody has it to a certain extent, but it just varies from family to family. Like no matter who you talk to, there's always somebody in the family who either has dreams or knows when someone's calling or gets a hold of somebody because they know that shit's going down. So just kind of keep that in mind and use some of those tricks of the trade that go down in your family as kind of like a guidebook. You know what I mean? It just makes it easier. Some people won't call it being a psychic medium. They'll just call it being intuitive or just knowing or just had gut feeling. But it does come from someone in your family. So hopefully that helps you on your journey, my dear. Hey, Christina. How you doing, baby? Hey, Jessica. How are you doing, baby? Shadows and flashes of light. And sometimes that's how they'll appear to people. A lot of the times, realistically, spirits have trouble manifesting unless they have a lot of energy to go from. Christina, hello, my dear. You're in the 12th house. Let everything that has been put in for you, like you're going through something, whether it's seen or unseen. You just got to know that once you get out of this 12th house stage, you're going to end up back at your first house, which means your house itself. You're going to have to start taking better care of yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're letting too many people put their opinions and their emotions into you and put too much of a burden upon you. You're not everybody's keeper. The only person that you have to keep is yourself, baby. With the cookie in the 12th house. That 12th house, baby. It's a house of change and letting things be put to rest. Jessica. You are next, my dear. Well, if I ever had a need to see somebody go on a vacation, this would be it. Because you got body care, study, and retreat. Basically, you need to get away, recharge your batteries, Jess. Just kind of step back, recharge yourself, even if it's for like a day or two. My North Node is in the 12th house, so that makes sense. My midheaven is in Pisces. So you're very in tune with your emotions, which is perfect. Those who normally have a 12th house in their North Node, they normally see a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in their life. And it's kind of like being a healer. That's kind of what I like to refer to it as a house of healing. When you get that, Do you see anything about my husband? No. If you look down below, you can book something if you want to know something specific. You want to know something in detail. Yes, I have. So true. Chiron is in my Chiron. Chiron is in my 12th house too. Man, it's been a while since I sat there and talked to somebody about all their houses. It's like I seen a funny thing the other day. It was like, you told me your sun sign, you told me your moon sign, but what is your fighting position? Hey, Zena, baby, you can. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Well, it's true, though, if you think about it. Wouldn't you rather know what somebody's angry them is like? You know what I mean? And it makes sense. Ew. Well, you're going through transformation, Zena. Zena, you already know I charge for questions, baby. My sun is Cancer. My rising is Cancer, and I have a Capricorn moon. And my fighting sign is Mars and Scorpio. Fuck. So when you get pissed, you just get the shovel ready, right? Let's see. My sun sign is Scorpio. My moon sign is Cancer. And I think my fighting style is Capricorn. I think. I'll have to go look at my pamphlet. Downcast to pride. So instead of your pride being taken away, you're actually uplifting yourself, allowing your true self to show. And this is for Zena. And you have the need to accomplish something. But it feels like you're being held back by other things that people are putting on you. So that's kind of where we're getting the upcast to pride, letting our true colors show, and just say, fuck it. You don't like it? Fuck you. That's how I pretty much see this spread. I'm doing good, baby. True, because the side of them isn't usually upfront. Exactly. Hey, Natalie. How you doing, baby? I like shuffling these cards just because of how they feel. Naked before the stars, so you're hiding something and blinded to the pain. So I don't know who in your life, Natalie, is that you give the free pass to in life, but you kind of need to let go of that free pass you've been giving them. Because they cause you more pain than they do you any good, but you keep them around because of the length of time that they've been around. But if you go by measurements of time, in that amount of time, have they really done as much for you as you have for them? So you have somebody in your life that you need to let go of, baby. That's because... Hey, Richa, how you doing, baby? You're very welcome, Natalie. Or Natalie, or whatever. At this point, it's like, whatever. No, I'm working on it. I can only shuffle as quick as I want to, so you got to give me a minute, Rich. Watch your words, Rich. And in the matters of love, it's becoming non-existent. And it's all because of what you say. Reading is free as long as it's general. If you ask questions or want an in-depth reading, I do charge. But I am going to let you know, you need to watch what you say. Because what you say will and can be used against you. That's a general, baby. Watch what you're saying and who you say it around. Do. I think I'm going to do a video of the different houses and what exactly each house represents. Because even when I do like in-person readings, I always have people say, what's this mean? What's that mean? Well, let's just go through it together and I can have a video as a quick reference for people. Because realistically, most people, they know about like your natal birth charts, but they look it up once and then they're just like, be the wise owl. Exactly. Did you do my cue? I did not do your question because I charge for questions. I'll watch that video, right? I was going to have a video this week and then, life came up and I had to work on a car this weekend and it totally ruined my plans to go to Indiana. But it is what it is. And now I'm under the cursed moon and give no fucks and eat chocolate. That's pretty where I'm at in my life. We enjoy our snacks here on this channel. There's been many times I've got people to make chicken or spaghetti after watching a live. I thought about eventually one day getting a matching owl tattoo with the hubby because he's an Athena follower. I say it like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But I think it's something that we can connect with. That way we can remember to be wise of what we do and what we say. Because God knows I don't have a fucking filter in my mouth. It broke the day I was born. But I rather speak my truth than not, which is what I love about this generation. They say whatever the fuck they want. They don't care. No fucks are given. It's just like with the Hecate videos. Like there's a few no filter. We love our no filter queens and kings. If you got to have a filter, then who are you around that you need a filter? That's what I always say. And if I'm a sneaky bitch too. Or I should say sneaky witch. Because if I feel like someone's about to betray me like Judas, I'll tell them something and change the ending. Have you ever heard that where like you'll tell 3 different people story and change the ending? And then whoever tells that ending, that's where you know where the lie came from. I do like doing the Hecate videos. But I notice there is videos on Hecate, but there's a lot that are missed when it comes to Hecate. Which I know a lot of people, I know they have one on YouTube, I think. The author of Keeping Her Keys. She does pretty decent with her videos. But the thing about like me is like when I start talking about Hecate, I can never make a real short video about talking about her. It's always an hour long. Even after editing. Age. $19.31. I charge for questions, baby. If they're not responding to a text, they're probably still pissed. I get annoyed by the blah, blah, blah. They take too long. You don't. Oh, you mean where they're sitting there for like 30 minutes before they get on topic? I'm the same way. But realistically, if you want my videos to go quicker, you can always speed up the shit. That's what I do. Even when I'm reviewing, I'll speed up the speed of where I'm talking just so I can make sure that I got everything covered. It aggravates the shit out of my husband, though, because he's always like, how do you know what you're saying? How do you know what this person's saying? Because if you listen long enough, you know. Well, it's like sometimes, too, like, that's the only difference between me and different channels. Like, we all have our different way, which is kind of what I say here on this channel. Like, no two witches witch alike. And sharing information, no two people are alike. And that's how I see it when it comes to, like, informational videos. But also, I'm the type of person also that I won't tell you whether or not you are justified to do a spell because that's not my place. Now, if you ask me for my opinion, then sure. I'll give you my opinion. You give me all the facts. I'll tell you. But Cookie baby, that's what I did today. I literally fixed, because we have like a little tea station, and someone had knocked it completely over, broke the tea station. Tea was everywhere. Can't be comfortable and relaxed in a mess. It's because it's too much clutter. And clutter makes you think of the things that's in your mind. That's how I like to see it. Visible clutter is like seeing your brain, in my opinion. Because if you can see it, then it annoys the shit out of you. But when you can't see it, it doesn't really annoy you. Hey, Coco, baby. I don't know. It's like you should have seen it. There was tea all this way on the floor. Then you had honey sticks this way. And then it just looked like a collapsing tower in the front. Hubby was making coffee, ignoring it. The kids were making juice, ignoring it. And I got to clean up tea. Right, I get it. Hey, Coco, how you doing, baby? Pretty much. Not too bad. I got a Snickers. that I've been cutting into slices like a psycho because I don't want to chew big pieces. I've purposely, I don't know if anybody else has done this, like being a mom and shit, but like, you know how like you get that random shred of toilet paper, like either going down the steps or in the bathroom. Well, occasionally I'll let that little shred of randomness just stay there to see how long it takes before someone besides myself picks it up. And the longest that I went before I flipped out was 2 weeks. And I was like, and it was just random too, because I seen it on the like 14th day and just flipped my fucking lid. Like, I was like, for 14 days, this has been on the ground and no one's looked at it. And the hubby goes, well, why didn't you pick it up? Because I'm not the only one with eyes. That's why. It was a test and you all failed. Like a mean old house cleaning crone. You all failed. Oh, by the way, Coco, you got blessings, baby. We got blessings, but the one thing that I want you to do and to work on is your self-acceptance and allowing yourself to have people who can support you. Because it seems like that's the issue that you're dealing with right now, is being able to accept oneself in all their glory, which realistically, we're all fucking mess. Exactly. No one can claim. No one knows how to. So just kind of take some time for yourself and get to know yourself. See, the issue in my household is like when my girls were young, I would always work. So I would come home, you know, be tired, help them with homework, get a shower, go to bed. Repeat, right? Then on the weekends, I would do the cleaning and do all the good cleaning. So I blame my husband because he was a stay-at-home dad at the time. So like watching my kids clean versus me cleaning drives me nuts. Like my girls didn't know the value of a wash rag and washing your floors on your hands and knees till I started staying at home and being a stay-at-home mama. They're like, why would you do that? We got a mop. I was like, because mops suck. All they do is just swish everything around. By the way, if I'm boring you guys because I'm ranting about cleaning, I apologize. Hello, Zoom. What do you want? Saying I want gives me no clue. It's like going into a bank and being like, I want something, but I don't know what. Ugh, my stupid phone. Welcome back, Jessica, baby. I'm just bitching about cleaning. It's pretty much what my life. I don't mind. Where did you used to work? I've worked a little bit of everywhere. The majority of my time was factory and fast food. Did fast food in my younger years. Then did a bunch of like different factories, like, you know, the syrup bottles you get and shit like that. Like I would use to stack them on skids and wrap them up. I've done where they make the wood, you know, that kind of wood that's like a plastic wood mixture. I used to make the boards for that. I've done that. I've done car detailing, house cleaning. Yeah. And I think I'm still certified on my food safety. Because you have to get it done like every so many years. I think I'm still certified. I need to finish cleaning. No, nice. I'm not alone. Right? We're all a mess. Don't worry. I know. Not in a bad way, but like, you know what I mean? I'm just digging a hole. I've always worked in an office. Like, I worked a big majority of my life in food industry. And I'll tell you this, it all sucks. Retail sucks. Factory work's not bad as long as you got good management. Car detailing ain't bad as long as you got good management. I would never do another wood factory again because that's how I got scars on my back. From where it's like an extruder and sometimes they get clogged, so you have to jam shit in them to push it through or dig the shit out. And having one of those motherfuckers just blow up in your face is not fun whatsoever. Hey, Gold Eyes, how you doing, baby? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. And you know what? They didn't even send me home after that happened. Like, it got all up in my face, my hair. Fire went down my back. Yeah, no. That was the only place I ever worked at where I walked outside, smoked me a cigarette, and stayed out on their like company property for 2 hours, telling them, you can go fuck off. I'm not walking back in there and get paid for it. Because that was a health violation like no other. Then there was one time my machine caught fire. And the new manager that they had put in yelled at me, why the fuck is your machine on fire? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, because my machine's the only one that's fucking ancient. And that machine weighs 500 pounds. You're supposed to have 2 people to move it away. Because when it goes through, you have this like heating thing that like helps cool it down and like where you can form it, mold it, and all this shit. I think it's like an extruder or some shit. Well, anyway, they had one of these old ass machines instead of the new ones that had the cart. So here I am trying to pull this motherfucking thing because it got stuck in the line up front and I couldn't get it out. Couldn't get no help. So here I am trying to pull this 500-pound machine back and it just catches on fire and I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I go to the management. I'm like, my machine's on fire. And they're like, and then he started freaking out. He's like, why didn't you get any help? Why didn't you do this? I was like, well, 1, no one's helping. I've asked. 2, this machine's old as fuck and you guys know you need to change it. And I was like, next time I'll just let the motherfucker burn. And it was probably about 6 months later after that, I ended up leaving. Because that's around like when my family started dying out. And Gold Eyes, I have been talking forever. Let's see what I got for you. You need more support in your life. Start talking to your guardian angels. Because the people that you got around you ain't helping you worth a jack shit. Blueberry. I love that name. Maybe if I would have had the funds and wasn't a mom trying to work to keep my kids going good. Plus, they paid me really good. Like, I was making like $16 an hour in like 2014. It's when I got hired there and I lasted till like mid part of 2015. Let the emotions flow. Blueberry. Let the emotions flow and embracing the female aspects of yourself. Which is followed by love that you're different in reverse. Don't mold yourself into other people's expectations. basically what it's about. Just don't mold yourself to what other people want you to be. Just be what you want. If you want to be a fire-wielding dragon that shoots blueberries out, do it. Right? Good money. They were like a Canadian-based company, but they weren't. They were good in some aspects, like as far as like the stuff they would give you, but bad when it came to their employees. Horrible. Melissa, you're finally letting go of the burdens around you, but you need to seek out your true calling, baby. We got to seek your destiny, which is telling me that right now in your life is kind of like a crossroads, and you need to figure out what direction you need to go to carry the rest of your life with, because honestly, you're not happy. I love those moments when you realize what the fuck's going on. It's like a wake-up call where you need change, but you don't know where to go. So I think I know where we're going to donate. Give me 1 second. I think I know where we're going to donate our food to, the portion that we take out of this garden. There's a place called The Gathering here in Middletown, and they do a lot of community service, like community barbecues, food, shelter, helping people who are on a bad path get with spiritual leaders and helping them out. So I think that's where we're going to donate the food, because obviously it's getting used. And the reason that I chose this organization is because for the last month, I've met so many people that go to The Gathering, which I'm going to reach out to them this week, see if I can do any volunteer work with our organization with them. And it's just people who have a place to go to talk with other people, to learn from people's mistakes, from people who's been in the game, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't think the hubby's really excited about it, because he knows that I get invested in things like that, especially, you know, coming from a background where I have had family deal with drug abuse and shit like that. So he knows that I'll get attached to some people, and I don't think that he's ready to see that just yet. But I feel like it would be good to do, at least the food donation wise. That way I know the food's going directly back in the community, you know what I mean? And I know they're good because my brother uses them as well. So that's where we're going to give all of our donations from this point on, is to them. So whether it's food, clothing, stuff like that. Now school drives will be a little bit different, but everything else will go directly there to help, you know, go towards people's rehabilitation and shit. Right? I was looking into it last night because I had heard about it, and I knew that, you know, like when I hear The Gathering, my old juggalo ass is like, ooh, The Gathering, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's totally different from that. It's like a nuanced, community-based, almost like spiritual kind of vibe, but they encompass your whole life, not just one area. So I think that would be a good direction to go into. Because you can even do like mentorships where, like, if they're going through something and they need somebody to talk to or a safe place, you can offer that for people. And granted, I don't have space to offer like a safe space for someone to come hide, but I can offer, you know, an ear or someone to listen at least. So once I get back information with them, we'll have it in our June newsletter. So I think it'll be fun to do. Plus, there's another food drive that we've been working on the last couple of years with a couple other groups called Dagda's Cauldron. Which I'm going to see if they want to take all their stuff that we get, because we do this together as a community. And since it is for this community here in this area, I think that's where all the food that we gather from that should go. Or we could split it between, the local food banks to help kids or, something. But I do feel like they should get at least something from it. I think so. I'm going to look more into it today and reach out and try to have a conversation. But on that note, I've got some chili that I've been smelling forever, and I'm going to go eat some chili. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be live at 4 p.m. And if you need me, my email's down below. You can just shoot me a message. Bye, guys.